This is the Air Delay Pro from Akai. It is a new paid plugin for your MPC platform, but it can also be used as a VST or audio unit for your DAW. The launch price is $39, and a quick disclaimer, Akai did give me a license for it. I was planning on buying this plugin regardless because I use the MPCs all the time. I've got the MPC key, the one right here, and also the Live 2 in the studio next door. So we use these tools. Question is it worth $39 to you, or whatever price it ultimately ends up being? Now you might be wondering, does the MPC platform even need another delay? Because there is a few delays in the effects. Go right here, there's air delay, there's air differential delay. I always say differential, it's air diffuse delay. Air diffuse delay, which I use quite a bit, then a whole bunch of other delay type of stuff. If you look at the plugins, there's like a lot of bulk in there, a lot of stuff. Suddenly adding a paid plugin that is a delay might confuse some people. The Pro version definitely has some better features. Just to clarify, I have Tube Synth loaded up right here. And you know what, let's go to notes and turn this into notes right here. We'll go A minor, why not, right? That craziness right there is coming from the Air Delay Pro. And I took off any delay that was on there. I think there's some reverb on there, but now we'll put Air Delay Pro on, and this is just the first preset that loads up. So a lot of stuff going on there, right? Let's just go to an init initially. So you have your traditional cross delay thing happening, ping-ponging back and forth. Let's turn up the delay or the feedback a bit. And let's go to settings right here and do auto clear. Now auto clear allows it to clear any kind of feedback buffer when it gets a new signal. And you can set the threshold like so. You hear this? It should technically clear. You get the idea, right? You can create really dense feedbacks. And it won't just continually build up, it'll just clear it. So I think that's nice. You got your standard filter shaping controls right here, which you can use the Q links. You can take out some bass, take out some highs. You can create some distortion in the buildup right here. And the limit, you know, I'm not entirely sure on the limit how that works, but there's a limiting feature in there. We got resonance, so you can create like some peak resonance and use an LFO to wobble it, which is nice. Then you have diffusion on here to diffuse the delay to create a pseudo reverb. Let's turn those all the way up. So it really starts smearing. I actually like that quite a bit. I'll end up using it a lot. But a little bit of diffusion goes a long way. You can see with diffusion, the feedback doesn't kick in as easily because the diffusion is getting rid of some of that feedback potential. So you can kind of crank the feedback a bit more. And still have a nice drift off. So that's cool. Let's go to modulation. You have 3 different modulation things. You got wobble, chorus, and stereo. I do like the chorus. Here's wobble. You can control amount and the rate and all that stuff. So good stuff right there. And then you have an EQ to adjust the sound a bit, to give it a little bit more spice. And then you've got this envelope follow, which is really fascinating. So this is where things, including the auto clear, make this delay a bit unique out there from what I've seen. Because you can have an envelope follow the input and then have it adjust the time, feedback, and mix, depending on the release setting you have. 1.41 seconds right there. If we do time, and let's go to main and take off sync. Let's turn this down. So it's that for now. So if we put time and crank it up. That's pretty wild. Let's bring it down a bit. Let's go feedback on here. Let's turn the feedback up. Let's actually slow down the time. Drop it down to -4. It's pretty cool. Now let's take the mix, drop the mix completely out. So there's nothing, and then as the release happens, it brings the mix back up. It's technically too much right now, but let's go 32. Maybe less. Then obviously you got a dedicated mix knob to adjust the overall balance in general. And then the output, you can adjust the high pass and low pass as well. And the width, I usually like to take the width down a bit. A lot of flexibility in this delay. I was kind of surprised because initially I was like, a pro delay? Is that really needed? And then after messing with it, I was like, yeah, this is really cool. I like this delay a lot. My favorite delay currently is the Valhalla DSP. This is my go-to delay. It's obviously not in the MPC platform, but when I'm using Ableton, I basically always use the Valhalla delay. I just like the algorithms and the sound quality and all that. You can't exactly get the same type of tape distortion type of things, at least I don't think anyways, with the Air Delay Pro. So there's analog in here for that kind of emulation. I feel like you get finer detail or more character out of the tape distortion type of settings from Valhalla delay. Valhalla delay is still, in my opinion, one of the best. So just straight up, this is going to be the best delay available in your MPC platform. Let's check out some other stuff. So I'm going to change up the plugin. I'm going to go to the Mini D. Okay, so I got wooden drops right here. And I still have the Air Delay Pro on here. I'm going to take this off. Let's check out some presets now with this sound. Actually, let's go atmosphere first. Let's stutter. Pretty cool. A lot of feedback going on right there. After the fact. It's a great sounding delay. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Yeah. How about Greeny? Cool. So that's atmosphere, or Atmos. Let's hear some slapback. Cross simple. Okay. Simple 16. Let's go to something else. How about keys? Chattersphere. Next, schwung. Awesome. Long tail. In my opinion, these delays are sounding great. Let's move on to something like drums. I'm gonna go get a kit real quick. We're gonna throw the Delay Pro onto this kit and see what we get. So let's go to the presets. There's some drum presets. Wide slap, doubler, crossing pattern. Let's go wide slap. Next. Ooh. That's cool. Fills is cool. Obviously a gated snare needs to be on a snare, but we're just gonna hear it on the whole kit. Ghostly fills. Put diffusion on this. Sounding crazy. Oh, that's interesting. The cutout from the auto threshold. Turn the mix down a bit. The envelope is bringing the mix in just briefly and then going back to full 100%. Do more. Let's take the sync off. Straight up messing this thing up. Let's get back to these presets. Multiplied hats. Some good presets. Really useful. So far what I've been doing is just going to the init and then kind of shaping something just from scratch. That's normally how I work with delays. I usually go to the init and mess around with it. That's how I use the Valhalla delay all the time. But I could definitely see myself using some of these presets for drums and stuff. By the way, if you're enjoying this content and you want to support the channel beyond a like and subscribe, then consider using our affiliate links. Our affiliate of choice is Zounds. We've been using them for years. We've even used their no credit check plans also on gear that we've purchased in the past. It's our go-to choice for affiliates. And if you use our links for them, then it helps out the channel. So thank you very much. Okay, one final thing I'm going to try out is some guitar. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to hook up this UR22 interface right here from Steinberg. This is an older interface I've had for years from previous podcasting. I'm just going to plug it in via USB and then go direct in through the ports right here for guitar. So audio device and preferences from internal, go to Yamaha. So I got a pure standard here, and I plugged it directly into the UR22 Mark II. And if I go sampler, you can see I've got some input going into input 1. I'm going to go input 1, and I'm going to turn down the volume here and then monitor. Go to the tuner. We got signal. We can now put in some effects. So I put Air Delay Pro on insert number 3. That's in case I want to add some distortion or some other effects beforehand, before it gets delay. Just that first preset sounds really cool with the guitar. So let's go guitar. We got basic. Driven memory. Sounds awesome. See what's next. Driven memory 2. Okay, fluttery. Auto repeat. Oh, the clear. It's actually pretty cool. Vintage chain. So before that, we could add some tube drive. And then we could also drop the amp simulator on it. Let's maybe go clean on this. Presence. Change up the delay. Instead of vintage chain. Maybe that driven memory was really cool. Bug with the audio interface. Unfortunate. That concludes the guitar test. So, what have we learned? Air Delay Pro It's actually pretty spicy. I like it. I like it a lot. I liked it across everything I tried. And it is definitely my go-to delay if I'm using the MPC platform, which is quite a bit these days. Should you buy it? I can't make that decision for you. If I was in your shoes, I would definitely pick it up because I use the MPC platform all the time. And I also like interesting delays. If you don't find yourself using interesting delays or wanting delays that can do some sort of weird wobble warp type of stuff, then skip it. You don't need it. What I have been using though, pretty much all the time, which is a paid plugin, Air Flavor Pro. Air Flavor Pro, in my opinion, is fantastic. I'm actually going to do a full-on guide video pretty soon on this. If you're interested in that, make sure to stay subscribed to the channel because I'll drop a video on like a power user guide for Air Flavor Pro because I've used it a lot on the MPC and I also used it a lot in Ableton Live. And it's basically been my go-to saturation flavor plugin type of thing. That about does it for this video. Hopefully you found something interesting. If you did, a like and subscribe obviously helps out. And if you want to support the channel further, any gear purchases, if you use our affiliate links and go to Zounds and pick up stuff, even cables and all that, helps out the channel. Until next time, I'll see you for another one. Peace.